As you may have heard, I'm helping a friend of mine, Whitney, make a pedal-powered projection system. Now, it's not actually going to be pedal-powered, but it's supposed to act like one. So, you know those like old-time movie projectors with the film, where the motor would turn and pull it through, and if the motor was off, it would warble and stuff. We kind of want that to happen, and it's going to be powered by a exercise bike. So I'm using some of the spare parts from the portal guns and hooking it up here, and I'm using a mouse, and the mouse will just have the optical eye here up against the wheel as a very simple encoder, and that way it's no moving parts, nothing I have to worry about, and it just reads in that motion and it changes the mouse pointer movements into speed calculations and then controls the video. So it's booting up right now. When it's not playing, it fades to an intermission screen, so this would be the default screen. All the artwork's going to be replaced. This is all just placeholders for me, and then Whitney's going to come up with the rest of it. So this is how it would be sitting, and then when you started pedaling, this would just start turning. And now this is the actual ratio is adjustable, so depending on just how big the wheel is, that can all change. But and the slower you go, you can go pretty slow. There we go. And then you can speed up. You can't tell as much now because there's no vocals. You can really tell it in the vocals when it's different. It'll change in just a second. But it's just using a Raspberry Pi, and it goes from about, I think it's 80% up to 120% speed. And I think what I'm going to do is make a plateau right around 100%, so it's a little easier to hit that target. Right now it's just a linear mapping, and so that means it's really hard to get it spot on. Because we want it to be possible. Right now you'll hear it when we actually get there, how hard you have to try to just stay right on point. And you can also click the mouse, you can also spin the wheel. Right now you can do whatever you want to make this thing go faster, you just mash the buttons. But it really will only be the wheel. That's the only thing that's going to be exposed. The mouse is just a very nice and inexpensive input device. And it's also, it's not going to be networked or anything, it's just a Pi. And that's nice because it's tiny and low power. But you can see here, as the music starts, finally, you can really hear, you have to get that speed right on to have it sound correct. And when you stop, now it actually cheats a little bit. When you stop, it stops before the average actually comes down to 0. It just sees, oh hey, we had one input of 0, stop it. Stop even trying to averaging inputs or anything. And it just does it, and then it fades. And then when you grab it, it actually cheats again and just instantly starts it. So there you go. That's the basic idea of how it's going to work, and Whitney will get her own artwork and other stuff put in here later. Bye.